Sambor.
Welcome an opportunity when it comes.
They say you run a traveling pawn shop. Heard you even have books.
No song, no supper.
Nobody mentioned you speak in proverbs.
A willful man must have his way.
Ah, you're doing this on a bet. How long do you have to go on like this?
Lost time is never again found.
What if you lose the bet?
What happens if you lose the bet?
Crows do not pick crows' eyes.
Good luck anyway.
Fortune is easily found, but hard to keep.
I wish you persistence then. Can I see your goods? I'm mainly interested in those books.
Better to ask the way than to go astray.
That's right. Let's buy the book. I know you could get some book later on, but money is not really a problem for me. Being the element offered, Ruxologies of that, Galagas, Harpies, How to Kill Bufor, of Trolls and Soaring, Slave of the Curse, the Dawn Banner, the Nilfgaardian Process, the Room of Nordling, Valley of the Flower, the Vizimon Uprising. Okay. While we're at it, let's just read it, okay? The Vizimon Uprising. Damn it! The Vizimon Uprising. Damn it. Rising. The event known under the name that took place not long after the Witcher Mysteries Comeback, the leader of Order of the Flaming Rose, Jacques de Aldersberg, made plan to build a new, better world under his own leadership, using the power he had over the Order and fanning the conflict with the Squirtle until it threatened the city itself. He marched against King Foltest at the head of an army of mutated creatures. The battle that took place in the city between the Order, the Squirtle, and the troops loyal to the king are remembered as the Vizima Rebellion. Though historians cannot agree on their opinion of this event, the fact that Foltest managed to contain the situation and the rebellion end. The Folly of the Flower. Damn it. In the Alphon tongue, Doblatana means the Valley of the Flower. Anyone who sees this land with their own eyes would admit to the adaptness of this poetic name. Once the southeasternmost province of the Kingdom of Aiden, it became the sole and sovereign realm of the Free Elf following the last war against Nilfgaard, when Emperor Emir Far Emrys gave the elves this land in return for their wartime service. Don Blatana is ruled by the elven sorceress Francesca Findebear, known also as Enid Angliana, the deity of the valley. It remains a thorn in the side of neighboring realm, even though its queen has been forced to distance herself officially from the guerrilla war waged by the Scoia'tael. The realm of the Nordling. This realm is bordered by Cawdon to the north, Redania to the northwest, Temeria, and the massif of the Mahaka Mountain to the west, and Lyria to the south. The Blue Mountain Line is eastern frontier. Adrian coat of arms is a golden red chevron on a black field, and its capital is Fangerberg. Not long ago, the country nearly disappeared when Nilfgaard occupied its southern territories, and its northern neighbor and supposed ally, Cadwyn, treacherously annexed Upper Adrian. Though the invaders were defeated and Cadwyn withdrew from Adrian northern lands, the kingdom's fate still hang by a thread. The country has been ravaged by peasant revolt, and its central government seems ever unsteady. The Nilfgaardian Province. The Empire of Nilfgaard is the largest state in the known world, its rule extending over more than a dozen provinces. It has conquered all the realms south of the Armel Mountains and united them under one crown. Black imperial standard adorned with the golden sun fluttering over building and outposts from the Yarga River in the north to Faro in the south, and the mountain massif of Tir Tokcher in the east. The Empire's mighty army lies in wait, ready to bring death at their ruler command or to die eagerly in his name. The Black Ones continue march northward, was last stopped several years ago through the unified effort of the northern kingdoms and the sacrifice of much blood at Brenna. Yet, peering across the Yaruga on a bright day, one still can see their dark clothes and sun glancing off the point of their lances. The Dawn Banner. The Dawn Banner rose to fame during the last war with Nilfgaard, a company-like cavalry regiment initially patrolled the area around Bangalan. Called to the front, it proved its mettle during the incursion into Upper Idrin, but it was the chronicle of the Battle of Brenna who made the unit famous. Because history liked to repeat itself, several years later the Dawn Banner once again led Hansel foray into Idrin. This time it suffered a crushing defeat at the hands of an ostensible ally, no less the socialist Sabina Gleficic. Decimated beyond resurrection, the unit was never reformed, and its characteristic look and beaver skin caps, which once bred terror in the hearts of Godwin foes, become a thing of the past, though they remain identifying marks by which the unit few surviving former members recognize one another. Slave of the Curse. Drag are commanders, and Dragoris are the word soldier. A drag called Dragorir into existence on battlefield or in cemeteries by the sheer force of his will. Like the drag himself, this minion rise from damned soul trapped within self form of the remnant of arms, armor, war machine and corpse that were torn apart by scavenger. Of trolls and trolling. According to legend, trolls were born of the earth and their bodies made of rock. They fear and despise sunlight, which killed them by turning them into inanimate stone. So the only prowl at night, so much for legend. What is the reality? Well, as always, the truth is far more mundane. Trolls are living creatures like you and me, and they prefer day to night. Further they are so clumsy they stumble over stones in the dark, splitting the vodka they cherish so much. Their skin is indeed hard as stone, but beneath it there are a muscle and a heart that pumps blood. Given that they bleed, they can be killed. How to kill a bull for? Damn it, again? The bullfur can be compared to a heap of muscle containing with a flexible yet durable hide. It a head of buffalo, yet its mouth is filled with soft teeth perfectly suited to rending flesh. Buffalo are false conjunction beasts. Visible marks of chaos include the creature horns and the vestigial, largely immovable limbs that cover its body. Harpies, daughter of the gale. There are many species of harpy, and all are kleptomaniacs, though some still dream instead of trinket. They especially like dream laden with strong motion, such as nightmare that recur every night. The victim lost their dream, which can actually be a blessing when nightmares are concerned, and the harpies encase them in crystal, creating items that strongly radiate magic. Mages desire the dreams that creatures steal. They are even known to breed harpies on perch, with a few toward fleeching their booty at daybreak. Yet it is rare for a dream or nightmare to be powerful enough or to come from a powerful enough creature to satisfy the desire of a mage. He who would destroy a harpy nest perch atop a rocky ledge must set a special, glistening explosive trap. When the harpy snatch is loot, the charge is detonated, and anything that survives the explosion is dealt with by gravity, the eternal fall of fiend creature. Gargoyles, gutters, plotters, maintenance, and repair. Theorities of magic still argue about how gargoyles should be classified. This other fever, the school will claim they are a type of golem, for gargoyles are nothing more than fancy sculpture brought life by magic in order to perform menial duties. They can completely only most rudimentary tasks, so they are often found guarding a territory even if the creature turned to dust long ago. He who seeks to defeat the creature permanently must first locate the place from which they are controlled. Once there, he extinguishes the magic runes that control the construct's will. Bruxai, eulogies of that. The Bruxai is a higher vampire that is a post-conjunction creature. An intruder in our world, she assumed the form of a beautiful woman, then turned terrifying when she grew hungry and attacked. As befits a vampire, the Bruxa drink blood. The victim of a Bruxa is often both her lover and her chief source of sustenance. Being in the elements of earth. The Earth Elemental is the younger brother of the legendary Tao, the genie capable of creating earthquake and flattening mountains. Younger means least powerful, but also more mischievous, felling trees, toppling the walls of buildings, and crossing people into pop number among the creature's rank. Of course, his perform only does his master wishes too. Great or not, as some claim, the outward manifestation of an inner fear. They are visible, tangible, and dangerous on top of that. According to the teaching of priests, those who die suddenly without completing their task in the veil of tears become such spectre. Wraiths have their own aims. Sometimes they remain unaware of them, but more often than not, they pursue their calling without the slightest regard for the living. Theophatis, a forgotten god. Theophatis, okay. I think we already read Theophatis. He is among the Undergrace, okay. The words for Opera Adrian. And now let's go back into other quests.